Hey there, MrQuora here. Welcome to another episode of Did You Always Wanted to Know? In today's video we will get to know the biggest lessons you can learn from the corporate world. Sounds interesting, isn't it? So why don't you go ahead and smash that like button, to encourage me to keep bringing such interesting videos for you. By the way, if you are new to this channel, please click that subscribe button, and do not forget to also click that bell icon as well, to get notifications of all our upcoming videos. Oh, by the way, if you subscribe to this channel and write subscribed in the comments below, I will give you a shout out in one of my next videos. Now it is time to get started then. So here are top 21 lessons you can learn from the corporate world. Lesson number 1. The more efficient you are at your work, the more you will be burdened with it. Try not to show over-efficiency. It seriously brings no good. Especially if you are in IT. Lesson number 2. Absolutely nobody really cares about your individual progress in the corporate world. All that matters is what you contribute to the company as a whole in the end. Bottom line is profits matter, promotions, appreciations don't. Lesson number 3. One fine day in your career, there will definitely come a time when you will take up that job just for the money, financial luring and nothing else. At the end of the day, money matters and we all work for money. Lesson number 4. Desk job kills creativity. Ask the people who are doing it. They themselves hate it, seriously. Lesson number 5. Very often in your career at the corporate, you will be held accountable for tasks that weren't even your responsibility in the first place. Else you would be held accountable for why you did it. Deep dive into the process in your own. Lesson number 6. You will be dealing with a dozen tasks other than what you were initially hired for. Your scope of work will only keep increasing day by day eventually. And your manager or supervisor would be having a perfect answer for this. They will ask, when will you grow? Lesson number 7. And like always, you would be constantly made to believe that you need the company more than it needs you, and nonsense like that. Though it is not always true. I admit you need the company during your initial years of employment, but it's a vice versa afterwards. There is a saying, when one crab tries coming out of a mud pit, all the other crabs pull it down. In the companies, there would be lurings such as promotions, hikes, etc. They won't leave you till they see that you still have it in you. So don't believe in their nonsense and keep up your self-confidence. Lesson number 8. Generally, the client or team meetings are a complete waste of time. This is always true. Nothing, and I mean nothing good, has ever come out of them. Really, most people aren't listening most of the time, and the ones who are talking are just far away from reality. Lesson number 9. If you're sluggish, you'll be ridiculed by your boss. If you're proactive, you'll be hated by your colleagues. Been there, done that. Lesson number 10. Your general and basic needs as an employee would go completely ignored, most of the times. You won't be getting what you exactly deserve until you raise your voice and put your foot down at last. Lesson number 11. You will be made or sometimes forced to work with an uninspiring set of people, and it will be the most difficult task ever. Your teammates would neither be of any help, nor would they make it possible for you to take everything in your own hands, and it will kill your passion eventually. Lesson number 12. People around you will constantly pull you down with their cynicism solely because they hate your guts. They will always hate you. Someone else's progress never made the other person happy. Lesson number 13. Nobody is ever going to appreciate you when you would be contributing in extra hours every single day, but the one time you leave a little early, hell's gonna break out loose for sure. Lesson number 14. Whichever or whatever new initiatives you are volunteering for, becomes your sole responsibility at the end. Volunteer at your own risk, it sometimes lands you into big troubles. Lesson number 15. The HR department is useless as shit, wherever you go. They don't do a shit work and proclaim as they are the ones who are running the entire organization. Lesson number 16. Office politics is definitely not a myth. It just happens everywhere. No one from the corporate culture has missed that and cannot deny the same. Lesson number 17. There will be times when undeserving people will get credit for the work you do, simply because they are higher up on the corporate ladder. Your supervisor or manager would be taking the credit for the good work that has been done, most of the time. Meritocracy was and will always be a sheer myth in corporate culture. Lesson number 18. Half of your time will be spent in sending out unnecessary useless mails that will never even be read, to countless people who want to feel important before you can actually start working. And more often than not, you will end up doing everything yourself. Lesson number 19. Employee retention policy is just to fool you. You are just given a hike to stay and then again you are forced to stay in the same environment. Lesson number 20. My company is the best to work for, says no employee ever. Lesson number 21. Do not forget these 20 lessons. Well, I hope you found those 21 points interesting and worth remembering. Thanks for watching today. Until we meet next time, take care, stay safe and goodbye.